The quiet bloom. Amara had always imagined marriage as the soft rhythm of laughter echoing through a small home, the smell of shared meals, the comfort of being seen. But 3 years into her marriage to Tunde, silence had become the loudest sound in their house. He was a good man, everyone said. He worked hard, provided, prayed. But love, she had come to learn, needed more than goodness. Tunde's affection came like a rationed gift, predictable, polite, and distant. When Amara tried to share her dreams of starting a small art studio, he smiled absently and said, "You have too much imagination." He meant it kindly, but every time he said it, something in her dimmed. One evening, while volunteering at a local community center, she met Chiki. He was helping set up for an art exhibition. He had paint on his hands and light in his eyes, the kind that noticed the world differently. When she mentioned she loved to draw, his face lit up. "Then why don't you?" he asked. It was such a simple question. Yet no one had ever asked it with such genuine curiosity. Days turned into weeks, and they found reasons to see each other. First for art, then for conversation, and then for something neither could name. The night she kissed him, Amara felt her entire body tremble, not from guilt but from recognition. It wasn't the act that shattered her. It was the realization that she felt more alive in that stolen moment than she had in years of marriage. At first she hated herself. She avoided Cheek for weeks, tried to bury the guilt in routines. But Tunde didn't notice her withdrawal. He rarely noticed much anymore. The loneliness became unbearable. One evening, Chiki showed up at her exhibition, her first because he had pushed her to paint again. He stood quietly in front of her work, eyes shining. "You found yourself again," he whispered. Amara knew then that her mistake wasn't loving the wrong man. It was staying quiet in a life that didn't fit her soul. Leaving Tunde was painful. There were tears, family judgment, whispers. She didn't try to defend herself. She simply said, "I stopped being myself a long time ago." With Chiki, love wasn't perfect, but it was alive. They built a small studio together. Some days were messy, passionate, full of art and laughter. Other days were quiet but never empty. Amara learned that happiness doesn't always arrive in the ways the world approves of. Sometimes it grows from broken choices, from courage, from the willingness to begin again. And as she painted one bright morning, sunlight spilling across the room, Chiki humming softly in the background, she realized that she hadn't just found love, she had found herself.